The state would call Betsy Blair.
Witness sworn.
Please state your full name and spell your first and last name.
Elizabeth Blair, B-L-A-I-R, Elizabeth, E-L-I-Z-A-B-T-H.
And do you go by Betsy?
I do.
Is it okay if I call you Betsy?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Betsy, do you live in Delphi?
I do not.
And did you live in Delphi in 2017?
I did not.
Did you frequent the Monon High Bridge Trail in 2017, located in Carroll County?
Yes, I did.
And did you frequent it for a period of time also in 2016?
Yes, I did.
What was your practice with regard to visiting the Monon High Bridge Trail on or before February 13th of 2017?
I went out there to walk regularly several times a week, and I would kind of take the same path each time and walk on the trail between the High Bridge and the Freedom Bridge and down into the niche's property.
And so did you always follow the same direction?
Yes.
And were you doing this for exercise?
Yes, for exercise.
On this particular, would you go by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So on February 13th of 2017, do you remember about the weather that day?
It was a little chilly.
And when you went to the trail for your exercise, would you see other people on the trail?
Sometimes I did.
Did you always go around the same time of day?
No. It varied.
And was there anything that helped you to determine approximately when you were at the High Bridge Trail on February 13th of 2017?
Could you restate that?
Yes. Was there anything that you had that helped you determine the time that you went to the High Bridge Trail on that particular day?
The time I knew because my Fitbit keeps track of it for me.
And was that a device that you used on a regular basis to keep track of your steps or your distance?
Yes. I always wore it for my walking and it would track all my steps.
Okay, so tell us about your typical route then. Where would you end to the trail?
Okay. So I parked at the niche's parking lot, which was across from the Mears farm, and I would park there in the little gravel lot and I would go to the...
Okay, and how many loops would you do in a given trip to the High Bridge Trail?
I would do that route 3 times.
Now, on this particular day, February 13th of 2017, did you do 3 loops?
I did 2 loops and then I took a break and then I did the 3rd loop.
Okay, so when you went to the trail the first time, did you park across from the Mears farm in the parking area that you described?
Yes, I did.
And when you did your 2 loops, did you see people out there?
No, I didn't.
And when you came back to your car, you said you left and then came back, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Was yours the only car parked there when you came back to it after your loop number 2?
Yes, it was the only car parked there.
Okay, and then, you left for a period of time?
I did.
And where did you go?
I went to the library in Delphi and I used the restroom and then I came back.
Okay, when you came back, did you park in the same place?
I did.
And did you do another loop in the same fashion that you described to us?
Yes, I did.
During your second loop, did you see anyone on your way to the High Bridge?
On the second loop, no, I didn't see anyone.
On loop number 3, sorry.
On loop number 3, yes.
Okay.
So when I was on the 3rd loop, then, when I went to the HIGH bridge, then I did see someone on the bridge.
Okay. Was it a man or a woman?
That was a man.
And when you're at the High Bridge, do you spend any amount of time there?
No. I just went up to the orange rail barricade, and I went up and looked out across the bridge and then I saw the person and then I turned around after a moment.
And came back the other direction?
Yes.
So then you come back to the junction and do your short jaunt into the niches area toward the water, correct?
Yes.
And then you go back to the main trail and go toward Freedom Bridge?
I did.
In between the high bridge and the entrance, did you see any people?
Yes. That was where I saw the two girls.
And what two girls are you referring to?
I found out later they were Abby and Libby.
Okay. What did you notice about them when you saw them?
They were just walking along and chatting with each other kind of quietly, kind of intimately with each other, and they didn't really look at me when I walked past.
Okay. So then did you continue on to the Freedom Bridge?
Yes, then I kept walking.
Okay. Do you remember seeing anybody of consequence on your way to the Freedom Bridge?
No.
And then do you come back to your car?
Yes, I did.
And then you leave the area?
Yes.
Later that day, do you see on the news that Abby and Libby were missing?
Yes. First my husband told me that they were missing.
Okay. Was he there at home with you when he told you, or how did that?
He was at work and he knew that I walked out there a lot and he saw on the news that they were missing, and so he called me and let me know that there was a story about the two missing girls.
What did you do with that information?
So then I called up to the county sheriff's office and reported that I saw them and that I saw a man on the bridge.
At that point, had you seen any images of Abby and Libby?
The ones on the news, I saw those.
Okay. And so they were immediately recognized by you as the girls you saw on the trail?
Yes. As soon as I saw their photos on the news, I realized that was the same two girls I had seen.
Okay. So you said you contact law enforcement.
I did.
And you give them the information that you were out there.
Yes, I did.
Did you learn the next day that the girls were deceased?
Yes, the next day I heard that news.
Prior to being contacted by law enforcement, did you see the news release of an image from one of the girls' phones?
Yes, I did.
And would you agree that that was referred to as the guy on the bridge or bridge guy?
Yes, it was.
I'd like to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 210. Is this the image that you recall seeing?
Yes, I did.
When you saw this image, did you find this person to be familiar to you?
I recognized him as the one I had seen on the bridge.
Within a few days of you seeing the girls on the bridge, were you contacted by law enforcement?
Yes.
And did you go in to give a statement?
I did.
And did you use your fitted data in ORider to assist you in letting law enforcement know when you had been at the trail, both the first time and the second time?
Yes. I talked to them about it and I shared that image off of my phone with them from the app.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
You may.
Betsy, I'd like to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 212. Do you recognize that image?
Yes. That's the one I provided.
Okay. That is your fitted data for February 13th of 2017?
Yes, it is.
Judge, State would move to admit Exhibit 212 and publish it to the jury. State's Exhibit 212 offered.
No objection.
All right. Without objection, 212's admitted and you may publish.
So, Judge, may I allow her to use this too?
Yes.
Testify? I'll give you a copy of it.
Thank you.
And so how is this helpful to you, Betsy, to indicate when you were on the trail?
So on this image, the higher lines are the times when I was walking. So from 12 to about 1, there are 5 lines that are higher than the others, and that was when I made the first 2 laps on the trail. And then there are 2 short red lines, where I was not walking on the trail. And then the other, next 2 green lines are where I was walking on the trail again for the 3rd lap.
In your experience, is the trail kind of evenly divided by the entrance that you use when you go to the high bridge, the beginning of the high bridge? Is this distance similar to the distance to the Freedom Bridge?
Probably.
In the amount of time it takes you to walk?
Probably.
Well, if you feel it's different, I'm okay with that. I just want to.
I'm not 100% sure.
With regard to the two lines on your Fitbit data that are indications of your third loop.
Yes.
After you took a break, you would have seen the bridge guy at the beginning of your walk, as opposed to toward the end of your walk?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Because your loop was to go to the high bridge first.
Yes, it was.
When you were asked to give law enforcement a description of the person that you saw on the high bridge, you indicate to us that you're sure that it's the bridge guy picture.
Yes.
So were you able to see his face clearly?
Not super clear, because he was about 50 feet away.
And where was he in relationship to you on the trail?
He was out on the bridge on one of the little platforms on the side of the bridge.
Was there anything about what he was doing or where he was positioned that caught your attention?
He was out on this little platform and he just looked at me when I came to that barricade, and he looked at me like he was expecting somebody or something, and then I just felt like he wasn't looking for me and I turned around at that.
Could you tell that it was a white male?
Yes.
When law enforcement questioned you, did they ask you to give details about this person that it was difficult for you to provide?
They asked me to do a sketch.
Had you seen this person on the trails before?
No.
Did you see other people on the bridge on your third lap?
On the third lap, I just saw the guy on the bridge and the two girls.
Okay. No other questions.
Mr. Baldwin.
Hi, Betsy.
Hello.
I think one of the terms that you've kind of brought into today that we haven't heard before is niches. So I think we've been calling that the Mears entrance. Have you ever heard it called it?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're talking the same language. Niches is the Mears entrance.
Yes.
Okay. So just so that it's clear, let's say you went down to the Mears entrance to the trail here and then you went down to the bridge.
Yes.
And you walked this way, and then you got to a certain point, then you're looking at a person upon one of the platforms?
Yes.
And that platform was off to the right, was it not?
It was.
Okay. And you had an unobstructed view of him?
Yes, I did.
And you got to look at him for a number of seconds?
It was a moment.
A moment. In that moment, you recognized that he was in his 20s is what you thought, correct?
When I was asked how old he was, I said 20s or 30s.
Okay. And you also said that he had brown, poofy hair, is that correct?
I described that to the person making the sketch.
Okay. And I might get back to that in a second in terms of the description you gave, but just so, then you turned around and then, at some point in time, that's when you found out Elitaire were Abby and Libby, is that correct?
Yes.
And you passed them or they passed you, however you want to look at it, before you got to the Mears entrance or then Itch's entrance, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I've asked most of these, so I'm moving on. You said that he looked young.
Yes.
He was more boyish looking is what you told police, correct?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember giving a statement to the police in March of 2019?
Yes.
Would it help if I gave you that document so it would refresh your recollection about what you said?
Sure.
Okay. March 7th statement, page 4, if you want to look at page 4 of this document, and it's around line 13, but you can get as much context as you'd like and tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
You told the police that he was more boyish looking, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And then, you also said at another point in time he was youthful in his appearance.
Yes.
He didn't look to you like somebody that had been married for over 25 years, that he wasn't that old.
Objection, Judge. He's inserting facts not in evidence into his question.
Sustained.
In the form of a hypothetical.
No.
He was of average height, correct?
That was my best guess.
He wasn't short.
Didn't seem like it.
He had no facial hair.
I didn't see any.
He was not wearing a hat that you saw.
I didn't see one.
And when you left the Mears, well, when you left, you had parked at Denich's or Mears' lot, correct?
Correct.
And when you left, you went westbound on 300 North, is that right?
When I drove away, yes.
Yes. And at that time, you drove by the CPS building?
Yes, I did.
And you noticed a vehicle in that building?
Judge, the state would object. It's outside the scope of direct.
Sustained.
We'll bring her back. Are you under our subpoena, Betsy?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thank you. You know what? I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Mr. Baldwin, would you retrieve your document from her?
Yes.
Ms. Diener.
Ms. Blair, you were interviewed multiple times, is that correct?
Yes, I was.
And each time, you were asked to provide additional details, is that correct?
Yes, I was.
And you saw this person for you described as?
Objection to leading questions.
Would you finish your question before I can rule, please?
You previously testified that you saw him for only a moment?
Overruled.
Is that question permissible, Judge?
Yeah. I overruled the objection.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So when you saw the bridge guy image, and it made you think of the person you saw on the bridge, was it A, why is it that you drew that connection?
I immediately knew when I saw that photo that that was the guy I had.
And was that within days of this event happening?
Yes. It was the same week.
Before law enforcement ever spoke to you?
Yes.
Thank you. No other questions.
Mr. Baldwin.
Since 2017, your mind has never changed about what the guy, bridge guy, looked like, is that correct? Since 2017, you have not changed your mind about the description of the guy you saw on the platform?
No. I have consistently recognized him as the guy in the photo.
Okay. And that guy, in terms of the description, the younger guy, the brown, poofy hair, that description also has not changed since 2017.
When I was making that description, it was comparing two different sketches, two different images.
Thank you, Betsy. No other questions.
Does anybody on the jury have any questions for Ms. Blair? Would counsel approach?
Sidebar conference conducted.
What was your distance to the man on the bridge?
I'm okay with that.
In that distance, how could you determine he was looking for someone?
She'll explain her observation.
Okay.
You stated the man on the bridge had brown, poofy hair. Could you have mistaken the hat on the man in the photo as hair due to your distance from him?
Yeah.
Good question.
From your statement I have heard, I saw the man and two girls on the bridge, and I passed Abby and Libby after seeing the man on the bridge. Could you, please, clarify which is correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna, inaudible.
Inaudible.
I didn't hear her say that. So no, don't ask that.
I don't mind if it helps clear up for the juror, but it doesn't matter to me.
What do you do with a jury question that you think is confusing?
I don't ask it.
Okay. I would say not ask it.
Yeah, I don't think either.
I mean, I didn't hear her say that.
Yeah.
No.
And where are we at, by the way?
I believe there if there is time for us to call another witness.
Okay.
But I think it's inaudible.
Who is it? I mean.
Stephen Mullen.
Oh, okay.
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 You want to just do one more, then?
Yeah. I mean, we'll be having to talk about the sketch commentary at some point in time, but...
Okay.
Okay.
But not with this guy.
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
No.
So we can finish him up and do that. Okay, perfect.
Sidebar conference concluded.
Okay. Ms. Blair, what was your distance to the man on the bridge?
It was about 50 feet.
Any follow-up?
No.
Mr. Baldwin.
No.
In that distance, how could you determine that he was looking for someone?
By his posture of how he was standing. He was sort of facing upstream, but when I was there, he turned like he was looking at me like that, and it seemed like he was looking for something.
Ms. Diener.
No questions.
Mr. Baldwin.
No, Your Honor.
You stated the man on the bridge had brown, poofy hair. Could you have mistaken the hat on the man in the photo as hair due to your distance from him?
I could have.
Any follow-up?
No.
Mr. Baldwin.
No. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Blair. You may step down. I believe we have one witness left for the day, just so you know where we're at, okay? You may call your final witness of the day, Mr. McClelland.